Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's video, Rockstar has given us official details on how backwards compatibility is going to work for their titles on PlayStation 5, as well as Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. So it's roughly been radio silent from Rockstar regarding not only how their games are going to work, but also if we're going to be getting any titles outside of the expanded and enhanced version of GTA 5 on the next generation consoles, and even then we haven't really heard all that much. But on the Newswire post, Rockstar outlines some really cool things so that on day one you can continue playing their latest two titles that still receive multiplayer updates. So Rockstar goes on to say this: with the imminent launches of both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S later this month, the PS4 and Xbox One versions of Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 will be playable on these new consoles via backwards compatibility, along with the most recent versions of LA Noire, including the PlayStation VR version of LA Noire, the VR case files, and a number of classic Rockstar titles. Okay, so right off the bat, that is tremendous news. We have seen early reports of media and journalists getting their hands on the Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 and being able to test out both Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 on both of those systems, and we've seen impressive results so far. So according to Alan Walsh on Twitter, who goes by the handle Beetle Comment, he tweeted out this the other day: I've extensively tested Rockstar Games titles on Xbox Series X. Grand Theft Auto 4 at 60 FPS is the real deal. And then loading tests, Red Dead Redemption 2 Story Mode loaded in 38 seconds, while Red Dead Online loaded in 60 seconds. Grand Theft Auto 5 Story Mode loaded in 2 seconds, and GTA Online loaded in roughly 120 seconds, or 2 minutes. Auto HDR, both player data in both story mode and online, moves forward. So that is obviously tremendous news right there. He goes on to say that the times for those above tests were averages, and that if you included the initial splash screen intro, that would add about 30 seconds each time. And both games were installed on the internal solid-state drives. And of course, online loading times are variables due to your own internet speeds and matchmaking. But that is still great news, and we've heard tons of positive reports like that, suggesting that the loading times are significantly better on both Rockstar titles and on both systems. That latest test was just simply done on an Xbox Series X. So getting back more what Rockstar had to say, they said if you own a disc-based copy of any backwards compatibility game, you'll be able to insert that disc directly into your new PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. This excludes PlayStation 5 Digital Edition and Xbox Series S consoles. Meanwhile, digital game owners will have instant access to download any compatible Rockstar Games titles they already have tied to their PlayStation Network or Xbox Live accounts. On PlayStation 5, these will be available from your collection section of your game library, and on the Xbox Series X and S from the ready-to-install section. Either way, you'll be able to pick up right where you left off. Transfer save files and full games via LAN cables connecting wirelessly or with USB storage. You can also transfer your most recent cloud save tied to your PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live account. You may want to ensure cloud saves are enabled on your PlayStation 4 or Xbox One console before playing on PS5 or Xbox Series X and S. They go on to say, your current progress and accomplishments in both Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead Online will also carry over, provided you are using the same PlayStation Network or Xbox Live accounts on the new console. And they go on to say, additionally, all previous backwards compatibility Rockstar titles on Xbox One will also be compatible on the Xbox Series X and S. This includes these games released for Xbox 360 and the original Xbox: Bully Scholarship Edition, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto Episodes from Liberty City, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Midnight Club Los Angeles, Red Dead Redemption, and Rockstar Games Presents Table Tennis. And the collection of Rockstar Games PlayStation 2 titles currently available on PS4 from the PlayStation Store will also carry over. Bully, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Manhunt, Max Payne, Red Dead Revolver, and The Warriors. So I know that was a lot of information right there. Long story short, whether you own a disc version of the game or a digital version of the game, you'll essentially be able to seamlessly pick up right where you left off so that on day one you can continue to enjoy Red Dead Redemption single player, Red Dead Online, GTA 5 story mode, and Grand Theft Auto multiplayer. It seems like it's going to be a rather seamless transition. Now, the last thing that Rockstar do talk about is, I guess you could say, more details on the expanded and enhanced version, although it's really just a continuation of what they've said so far. They said, and as an added bonus, all PlayStation Plus members will continue to get $1 million deposited into their Maze Bank account within 72 hours of login each month they play the PS4 version of Grand Theft Auto Online up until the launch of the new standalone version of GTA Online on PlayStation 5 in 2021. Stay tuned to the Rockstar Newswire for details on the upcoming expanded and enhanced versions of Grand Theft Auto 5. So again, even though they are technically talking about it again, they didn't really tell us anything new there. We have already known that PlayStation Plus members get $1 million each month. We already know there's going to be a new standalone version of GTA Online. We know it's going to be launching in 2021, and they've told us in the past to stay tuned to the Newswire for upcoming details. The last time they said that was back in June, and we haven't heard anything since. So now we're hearing about it in November, and they're still saying stay tuned. So are they waiting for the consoles to come out? Are they waiting for it to be 2021 before they start talking about this? I'm not really sure. I have speculated that maybe the reason Rockstar can't talk about it as much as they want is because they might have to wait for Sony's approval. It's very clear that they are working with Sony here and that they are, giving PlayStation players an added benefit. And not only Red Dead Redemption, but clearly with GTA 5, and that's going to be the case with the expanded and enhanced version that arrives in the second half of 2021. So that right there is what Rockstar ended up talking about as we prepare for the next generation of consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Obviously, this is good information to have, and it's interesting how once again they talked about the expanded and enhanced version, but didn't really give us any new details per se. I think this is weird. I think players would really hope that Rockstar would actually talk about this sort of stuff, but at least for now, it's good that they're mentioning it and that it is something that they're not just like getting rid of. A lot of people were kind of worried, is Rockstar just going to be dumping the idea of the expanded and enhanced version because it got such a poor feedback? Well, it looks like the answer is no, and that they are going forward as planned. But anyways, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about this new information from Rockstar on playing their new games on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S, as well as some not so new but new details on the expanded and enhanced version of the game. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.